So anyway, board game day has been really interesting. Lately I have been wearing a tighter sports bra, which is not good for me, um, but I've been having some issues, and it makes me feel better when I go out of the house because things are more streamlined. things. Things are more streamlined. But, it's been interesting. It makes me pass as a boy more often. And, it's, the other day I was at game day, and I was playing with some guys, and I was passing for a long time, and it was kind of pumping me up. Like, I was like, wow, this is really neat. They think I'm a boy. I didn't really do anything differently. They just kept calling me me. Then somebody messed it up, and that person started calling me she. Then I went to the bathroom, I came back, and suddenly I had transformed, and I was now a she. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I was passing for like hours, and then I wasn't. And I don't know if passing is necessarily always my goal, but I was enjoying it. And then the pronouns shifted, and I felt like the perception of my whole being had shifted. And I can't expect to pass. It's not necessarily my goal, and B, I'm not going to go on hormones. Probably not going to get top surgery, although, well, that's a whole nother issue for a whole nother vlog. But, so I can't expect to be perceived as male. Not that other people, I'm talking about myself, so if there's other people out there who are not getting top surgery or going on hormones, but want to be perceived as male, and are trying to be perceived as male, or are being perceived as male, that's good for you. But for me, I don't think that's realistic. I'm not a particularly masculine man. I don't know. Anyway, so I don't really think that I will be perceived as male ever, for long periods of time. However, I feel like pronouns have connotations with them, meaning when I'm being called he, I'm getting treated differently than when I'm being called she. And I'm wondering if that's in my head or not. So I guess my thought is, do people figure out my sex and then treat me accordingly, or not? Do they, if I'm perceived as male, am I treated differently than when I'm being perceived as female? Because I certainly feel like I'm treated differently when I'm perceived as female versus male. I feel like when I'm perceived as male, I'm more accepted into the group of boys, and that is what I desperately want. Not desperately, but you know what I mean. Maybe desperately, I don't know. Like, I really like the feeling of camaraderie that comes with playing games with a bunch of nerd boys like myself. I mean, at heart, I really am just a nerd boy who loves to play games and trash talk about dice rolls and such. And I like that feeling, and I felt that when I was being called he. And then the pronouns shifted. And my question, or my thought is like, is that internal or external? Meaning, do people see my sex, or do they see my gender? Did they switch pronouns from he to she, but continue perceiving me in the same fashion, or not? a lot to think about, but it's kind of messing with my mind, and I'd like your thoughts on it. Basically, I'm really struggling because I think that people's perceptions of me do affect me sometimes. However, I want to be understood as I am, or perceived. I want to be perceived in the gender that I feel I am. My genderqueer, boy gender, whatever. But I don't feel like I want to change my body in order for people to perceive me differently. I think that is kind of my personal genderqueer conundrum at the moment, and it's kind of hard to deal with right now. Like, I'm really going through some crap right now, but what am I gonna do? I mean, it gets to the point where it's like, well, I could go on testosterone, but I don't think I want that. I don't. I like myself. I just wish people saw me for who I am, and I think that that is kind of my... I don't know. I'm going to stop recording this because I haven't eaten dinner and it's like 10 o'clock. Don't worry, I've been having insomnia, so I'll be up till 3. And I will probably record my other videos soon. My genderqueer chat videos. So, if you watched this, thank you. I have 20 minutes, so I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of it. I just swore. Oh well.